Hey everybody, we're doing the third and final hour of Your Defending Fathers here on the Patriot Voice Radio Network. We appreciate you guys being part of the show. Share this video right now, and we'll get going here shortly.
Let's take these son of a out and give America back to America where we belong. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey Frank.
As far as I'm concerned, the Tea Party can go straight to hell.
Hey Greg, Maria. Share the video, folks. I would appreciate it. Hey everybody, welcome back into the show. This is the third and final hour of Your Defending Fathers here on the Patriot Voice Radio Network. You can stream us live at yourdefendingfathers.com website. There's a stream player there. Also, TuneIn app. If you haven't downloaded that yet, please do so. Capital T, capital I, one word, TuneIn. Once you download that app, open it up and then search for WYPV. We're your Patriot Voice. Want to talk about the Lame Duck Session 2018 going on in Lansing, Michigan. We talked about it yesterday. We talked about it on Tuesday. We're going to continue to talk about it till the end of the year. Follow these guys and exactly what they're doing to getting these bills rammed through in Lansing before the Republicans give over control to the governor, Gretchen Whitmer. Governor Rick Snyder has his list of bills that he wants done. State representatives, state senators that are term limited out. Did you folks realize that 25 out of 38 state senators are going to be new? In January of 2019, only 13 senators are coming back. 25 out of 38 are going to be new senators. All that institutional knowledge, all that information on how to be a senator is going to be leaving Lansing. Some people say that's a good thing. We need turnover. We need term limits. We need these people to move on. Well, part of me disagrees. If we were to go back to a part-time legislature and change the term limit laws to 16 years, you could serve all 16 years in the House, all in the Senate, or a combination thereof. Dave Agema was one of the most conservative, best voting record in my recent history of knowing anything about Lansing, and was limited to 6 years of service for his House district. His last election, he won with like 80% of the vote. Served 6 years and he's done. My opinion, 10 more years would have been great with Dave Agema representing that district because he had institutional knowledge, information about being the chairman of the Transportation Committee. He developed relationships with the transportation folks, the U.S. DOT in Washington. He developed relationships with the bureaucrats that are running MDOT. He figured out ways to get matching funds out of Washington at a 4-to-1 rate. Without raising our taxes, without raising fuel taxes, license plate fees, Dave Agema knew how to fix the roads without increasing taxes. But guess what? He only got to serve for 6 years and he's gone. In my opinion, 10 more years of Dave Agema being the chair of transportation would have been a good thing. He'd still be there. Patrick Colbeck, one of the most conservative senators, liberty-loving, freedom senators in Lansing, is going home at the end of this year. Having served 8 years, he's done. Why not let him serve for another 8 years? He would have won that district, but no. Republican establishment machine puts up Laura Cox, gives her $1 million to run her Senate campaign, only to lose to the Democrat. Patrick Colbeck could have won re-election in that district easily and could serve 8 more years, double the time he's served. But no, our term limit laws are stupid. But when you factor in full-time legislature, it makes sense. But we lose all this good legislative people. We lose them. Go back to a part-time legislature and let them serve for 16 years any way they want. Will somebody please introduce that as a citizen-led initiative, a legislative-led initiative? Put it on the ballot and it'll pass. I'm Trucker Randy. You're going to take a short break. I'll be right back. Hey, Susan, Mario, you guys, how you doing, Matt?
For all you folks,
You know that that comment was made to you, Matt. I want you to introduce the legislative initiative to put it on the ballot. Go to part-time legislature. Keep your pay the same. I don't care about cutting your stupid pay. Be part-time January, February, maybe March, when you guys have to pass a budget, and then go back home and sleep with your wife. Go to county commissioners meetings, go to school board meetings, go to local city and village meetings.
Their new breakfast breads are baked with simple, natural ingredients like fresh apples and cinnamon, cranberries and wild
This is absolutely something that's got to happen, Matt, and you could be the one to introduce it.
with their slightly chewy texture. They're even
Make part of the bill or the proposal
country hearth breakfast
that you
breads are
extend the term limits to 16 years, serving it any way you want.
training in range is a training
8 terms in the House, 4 terms in the Senate, 16 years of service is what we need out of you, the good guys.
we are known for catering to the woman who has an
And if you were paid to be there January, February, March, pass a budget, and then spend 9 months back in district,
armed safety for
where you got to go to county commissioners meetings and get your card signed that you were there, post it on Facebook that you were attending that meeting, where we'd have a log to watch you guys and to know that you were engaged in your local communities, we would feel so much better about our elected officials in Lansing.
we offer a try
Would love to see my state representative and my state senator at my local Antrim County commissioners meetings every single month.
01.
Those 9 commissioners would be acting a whole lot different if they were looking at their state rep and their state senator.
65
You could tell them what's going on in Lansing. They could tell you what their problems are. And you guys could work together as a coordinated, cohesive team to represent local communities in Lansing.
Chiropractic Wellness Center, Petoskey, and you can join me
I'm sure you'd much rather be part of your business for 9 months out of the year and still serving full time in your local district as opposed to being in Lansing. Get away from that swamp. Get away from the lobbyist. Get away from Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
that includes personalized diet,
She can't twist your arm. She can't sweet talk you. She can't be bipartisan,
therapy,
which is what she's going to do with Shirkey.
all is in one.
Mark my words. I'm not worried about Chatfield. I'm worried about Shirkey in the Senate.
231-622-8828. Again, 231-622-8828. Or go to breathoflifechiropractic.net. Breath of Life Chiropractic.
You know I'm right. Introduce it, Matt. You'll get some major headlines, that's for sure. Well, that's the music intro. Got to go back on the network, folks. Hey, welcome back into the show, everybody. You're listening to Your Defending Fathers here on the Patriot Voice Radio Network. You can stream us on the website at yourdefendingfathers.com. There's a stream player there. Also, podcasts up at the top. If you click on that, every half hour going back 4 years has been preserved, memorialized, stored on the website. Also, TuneIn app. If you haven't downloaded the TuneIn app yet, shame on you. Go into the App Store, the Play Store, and download TuneIn, capital T, capital I, one word, and then search for WYPV. We're your Patriot Voice. Share this video right now on your Facebook page. Get people to follow this every day, Monday through Friday from 11 to noon, as we do the third and final hour of Your Defending Fathers, and we'll be streaming it live on Facebook. If you remember, tonight, 7 to 8 p.m., reshare it, because that's when Facebook analytics tell us we have the largest audience listening to videos like this. Directing my comments right now to a state representative newly elected to the, I believe, 44th district. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. Matt Maddock. I want him to put a ballot proposal up for the people to be able to vote on this ballot proposal in the 2020 presidential election. Should Michigan go back to a part-time legislature, while keeping their pay the same, require that they must get all of their work done within 90 calendar days from the start of the session. If they start on January 4th, they got 90 days. January to February, March, April 4th, they're done. They must have all of their legislative work done for the entire year and must go back to their district. While keeping their pay the same, they must attend local, within their district, elected officials' meetings, county commissioners' meetings, your local city council meetings, your school board meetings. Get their cards signed by the elected officials, the chairman of every one of these organizations. Get the county commissioner chairman to sign your card that, yes, Matt Maddock was here on this day and this is how long he stayed. Turn it in your expense report for your mileage. Engage your local communities. Do you think county commissioners would act different if their state representative was sitting in the audience? Do you think they would act different? The county commissioners would act different if their state senators were sitting there? If they had any questions about Lansing, about what was available to the local community, they had questions about it, they could ask their state rep, they could ask their state senator right there on the spot. Matt, wouldn't you rather be sleeping in your own bed for basically 9 months out of the year, still being able to be partially engaged in your business? Jason Gilman says part-time legislature should be a priority. Absolutely. Introduce the proposal. But as part of the proposal, amend the term limits. We got rid of Dave Agema after 6 years of service. One of the most conservative, intelligent chairman of the Transportation Committee that got matching funds from Washington, D.C., 4-1. Every dollar Lansing put into the MDOT program to fix roads, Dave got 4-1 matching funds from Washington, D.C. Why? Because he developed relationships with the U.S. DOT and he knew the bureaucrats within MDOT. Senator Patrick Colbeck, one of the most conservative year in and year out senators, is done at the end of this year. Why? Because of term limits. 8 years? Really? Colbeck's just getting warmed up. Could you imagine another 8 years of Colbeck in the Senate? Dave Agema in the House for another 10 years? I know Matt Maddock. I know exactly what kind of state representative he's going to be. I know his heart. I know his mind. I know exactly where his principles are. I don't want Matt Maddock limited to 6 years as being a state representative. I want him there for 16 years. I want him there under a part-time legislature. You know, this is so simple, folks. The state of Michigan, when we originally were conceived, 1837, we had a part-time legislature according to our state constitution. We had a part-time legislature, folks, all the way until 1963. 126 years. In 1963, Michigan was the 9th richest state in America. We had higher per capita income than 41 other states. Then we elected Governor George Romney, the uppity Republican from Oakland County area who would rather play golf at Oakland Hills Country Club than solve constituents' problems. So what did he do? Let's have a constitutional convention and let's go from part-time legislature to full-time legislature. Jeff, it doesn't require Gretchen Whitmer's signature. I want Matt Maddock to put it on the ballot. It would pass. I'm going to say if Matt would do this and put it on the ballot, I would say it would pass with 70% vote. Yes. Part-time legislature, get them away from the governor, get them away from lobbyists, get them back in district serving us, the people, at a local level for 9 months out of the year. Absolutely. We could sell this and it would pass. You get them away from the lobbyists, you get them away from Gretchen Whitmer as fast as you can. Matt, I'm going to advise you something here, brother. 5 o'clock comes, get the hell out of Lansing. Get out of that town, because I'm telling you what, man, at 5:01, that town changes. Do not even think about getting an apartment in Lansing. My former state representative, Greg McMaster, drove back and forth the entire time he was in the state house. Yep, from Milton Township, north of Elk Rapids, to Lansing every single legislative day. He slept in his own bed. Don't even think about getting an apartment in Lansing. Because I'm going to tell you something. They will suck you in. That swamp at 5:01 p.m. and the evil things that start happening in that town, I've seen it with my own eyes. And dude, you do not want to be a part of it. You get out of Lansing as fast as you can. But more importantly, stand on your principles and do what's right for the state. Do exactly what is right for we, the people of the state of Michigan. You'll get reelected again. You'll get reelected for 8 terms. We won't lose good people like Patrick Kolbeck in the Senate, Dave Agema in the House. And we can counter this Democrat takeover of the state of Michigan. Folks, in the first hour, I was talking about the failed leadership of the Michigan Republican Party basically destroyed Michigan based on what the Democrats and outside sources were able to get done here on that November 6th election. Ballot proposals 2 and 3 permanently changed this state. They changed our state constitution. Our election laws had completely been changed now. After the 2020 census, when it's proven that we've lost population again, Jocelyn Benson, the communist, socialist, progressive George Soros supported candidate, will be implementing the new election laws under proposals 2 and 3. Voter fraud in Detroit will be on steroids in the 2020 presidential election. I'm predicting right now that President Trump may not win Michigan. He may not win re-election. That's how bad they damaged the state of Michigan starting in the 2020 election. Folks, this is war. And most Republicans don't even realize it. Most Republicans in the state of Michigan think, well, we did, the good old college try, and we had the history, the cycle that, every 8 years we go back and forth between a Republican governor to a Democrat governor, and it was just time, trucker. You don't understand, we had history against us, and it was time for the power to go back to the Democrats. Really? You had the wrong candidate endorsed from the beginning. They didn't have a snowball chance in hell of winning. The establishment handpicked him because, quote unquote, it was his turn. Well, how did he do? I predicted he was going to get his butt kicked by 10 points. Oops, I was wrong. He only got his butt kicked by 9.5. Hey, Ken. Folks, by them getting Jocelyn Benson in as the Secretary of State, with these election laws changed, with the 2020 census proving that we're going to lose population again, we're going to go down to probably 9 million people, we're going to lose a congressman in Washington. We may end up losing 2. We did it in 2010. We're the only state in America that lost population. We went from 15 congressmen down to 14. And guess what? After the 2020 census, we may go down to 13, possibly 12 congresspeople in Washington. Look at the map, the geographical map of the state of Michigan, the UP and the Lower Peninsula. When you have to make those districts bigger, because you lost the number of Congress people, guess what the Democrats get to do? Handpicked by Jocelyn Benson, George Soros' candidate for Secretary of State, gets to pick the 13 members sitting on that commission. Voters, not politicians. And she picks the people that get to serve on that committee to redraw the lines while they're getting paid $39,000 a year to do it. And guess what? I can guarantee you that these districts, when they get drawn bigger, will have more Democrats in the Republicans held seats right now than we currently have. You saw Mike Bishop lose the 8th district. Guess what? When they redraw that 8th district, it's going to get even more Democratic. The 11th congressional district, Lena Epstein got her butt kicked, flipped from Republican to Democrat. When they redraw that 11th district, it's even going to get more Democratic. Jack Bergman, my congressman up here in the 1st, has the biggest geographical district east of the Mississippi. His district's going to get bigger, and it's going to include more Democrats. Thank you, Michigan Republican Party, you idiots. Doing nothing to defeat those ballot proposals changed the state of Michigan permanently and forever. And yeah, I'm being called a conspiracy theorist, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I talk to the people every single day on this show and on social media and on text messages. I know what's going on out there. I know what their plan is, and you guys are too stupid to see it. Well, I'm going to keep saying it. As long as I'm alive and on this microphone, I'm going to keep saying it every single day to try to wake you people up. If we don't wake up now and do something different, President Trump will be a one-term president. Going to take a news break. I'm Trucker Randy. We'll be right back. Excuse me, folks. I got to get some water. That's how radio shows are done, folks.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
Breaking news out of New York City, where President Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen has just left a Manhattan courthouse where he reportedly made a plea deal in the Russia probe.
Yep.
Cohen pleading guilty to making false statements to Congress about the president's Russia real estate dealings. Cohen's lawyer, Guy Petrillo, said briefly as they left the courthouse,
Mr. Cohen will continue to cooperate.
in early 2017, President Trump had said that he had no financial dealings with Russia at that time. However, reports are Cohen says negotiations over a major Trump real estate deal in Moscow, in fact, ran into 2017. Cohen had once famously said he would take a bullet for Donald Trump, but again, he's now cooperating with prosecutors in the Russia probe. There's been no comment on this latest development from President Trump, who's leaving for the G20 summit.
What's on your bucket list?
Unbelievable.
Running a marathon, hiking to the top of a mountain?
Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's personal attorney, going to flip on the president.
To introduce you to somebody that's changed my life.
I predicted that as soon as they picked him up.
Bob Letta. Thanks for the introduction, Wayne.
Mueller is going to get something on this president when it comes to Russia with regards to his private company's business dealings.
35,000 patients worldwide. Our age man-
Can somebody please tell me what the heck that has to do with him being elected president of the United States of America?
all working together to fine-tune plans, especially
The guy is a worldwide businessman,
57, and I feel like I'm 30 again.
and of course,
I have the most energy of
he's going to say whatever
the best of your life.
back in the day because, frankly, it's none of their dang business.
Consultation at 888 Younger.
This whole thing, I'm telling you folks,
Or go to Senate
it's not looking good.
Reportedly charged with murdering his
If Pelosi's going to be the speaker and you don't think they're going to do everything they can to try to destroy this president before the 2020 election,
was originally charged with just setting his
and we got people in Michigan, in the Michigan Republican Party, that want to see that happen,
The special counsel, Robert
Corey Lewandowski, get his new book, Trump's Enemies.
ally Roger Stone had
They name names. And guess what? Some of them
the Democratic
are here in the state of Michigan.
presidential campaign. Last night, in an interview on Fox News Hannity, Stone said he's not guilty of anything.
I haven't done anything illegal. I've been targeted one reason and one reason only.
Yep.
I'm loyal to the President of the United States.
Jerome Corsi.
Strongly supported his election. I started urging him to run in 1988.
The Commerce Department says consumer spending rose a sharp 0.6% last month, the biggest increase since March. And this is USA Radio News.
Wildwood Firearms Training and
See, this is the point, folks. And I'm talking about it on the show here at the local level, Michigan News, and Michigan Politics. The GM CEO is personal friends with Barack Hussein Obama. I put a post on it, the picture of them together. Do you think it's any coincidence that she announced closing the plants in Ohio and Michigan right before the 2020 re-election, blaming President Trump's threat of tariffs as the excuse? Lordstown, Ohio, that GM plant, I delivered parts to it in my semi-truck. They're producing the Chevy Cruze, a piece of crap 2- and 4-door sedan, small little crappy Chevy car that nobody wants. They're not making any money out of that factory because they're producing the wrong dang product. Start producing a Silverado truck, pickup there, or some SUVs like the Traverse, the Equinox, and guess what? That plant will start making money immediately. But no, she's not going to do that. She's going to shut the plant down and point the finger at the president. Why? Ohio's electoral college votes, Michigan's 16 electoral college votes gave President Trump the White House. They want to make sure that he doesn't win Ohio and Michigan in 2020. Yeah, trucker, dude, we just got done with Thanksgiving. You're talking about 2020 already? You dang right I am. I'm sounding the alarm. I'm blowing the horn. Hello? Is anybody listening? Welcome back to the show, everybody. You're listening to Your Defending Fathers here on the Patriot Voice Radio Network. Stream us live online at yourdefendingfathers.com. There's a stream player there. Also, at the top of the website, we have a link there that says podcasts. The last 4 years of this show is stored there. Go down a little bit every half hour, 6 half hours a day in reverse chronological order. Also, on your cell phone, download the TuneIn app, one word, capital T, capital I. After you download it, open it and search for WYPV. We're your Patriot Voice. William Hartman says, start your campaign today. We are starting it on Saturday, December 8th, after the Michigan Republican Party State Committee meeting in Lansing. Grab a lunch, Burger King, Taco Bell, whatever you want, Arby's, and come to Capital City Baptist Church, 5100 West Willoughby Road in Holt, Michigan. 1 to 4 p.m., the Michigan Grassroots Alliance, led by Senator Patrick Kobach, the Michigan Conservative Union, led by Norm Hughes, Dave Agema, Pastor Toma, Deshaun Wilkins, Gina Johnson, Mark Gurley, and myself will be putting on a 3-hour presentation to show you an alternative to the Michigan Republican Party. Folks, we cannot trust these people, this organization, this privately held corporation, to continue doing the same old heading into 2020. They proved to us that they are not supportive of President Donald Trump getting reelected. Why do I say that? Well, they had the entire summer off to run to win their primary elections like Matt Maddock did, Tristan Cole, my state representative, Lee Chatfield, the new Speaker of the House. August 7th, they won their primary. They knew they were going to be on the November general election ballot against the Democrat in these strong Republican areas, and they knew they were going to win. What did they do? They accepted an all-expense-paid trip to Hawaii from Saul Anussis, the lobbying group that he works for to implement the national popular vote. I put a 4-minute video on our Facebook page. If you haven't seen it yet, you got to look at it. The little midget man, Robert Reich, that used to work for the Clinton administration, did a video, How to Abolish the Electoral College. This is what Saul Anussis is all about. Norm Hughes is going to debate him today in Waterford. Go to I believe it's the Northern Oakland County Republican folks are hosting a debate tonight between Saul Anussis and Norm Hughes. I pray to God somebody goes live on Facebook and puts that debate on Facebook tonight. The national popular vote, per the video that Robert Reich put out there, 4 minutes and 20 seconds long, laid out the plan to absolutely guarantee President Trump would not win re-election in 2020. What did these Republicans, State Senator Dave Hildenbrandt, Republican State Representative Jim Lilly, what did they come back for one legislative day on September 5th? What did they introduce? Oh, I know. They introduced cheaper car insurance. Introduced insurance reforms that would cut our car insurance in half in the state of Michigan. We're the highest in the country. We're number 1. And they introduced lowering our car insurance. And no, they didn't. Oh, I know. They introduced the bill to break up the electric monopoly that's held right now by Consumers Power in Detroit Edison and Consumers Energy. They introduced the bill to break up that monopoly to give us cheaper electric rates because we're one of the highest in the Midwest. And no, they didn't. You know what they came back and introduced? One legislative day, September 5th, for one day, you know what those idiots came back and introduced in the House and the Senate? National popular vote. Folks, I'm not kidding. Share this video. People need to know what the Republicans in Lansing did on September 5th. Well, to me and my fellow conservatives up here in Antrim County, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. We said if they wanted to implement Robert Wright's 4-minute video to try to defeat Donald Trump in 2020, and the Republicans in Lansing introduced it, we're done. We're done with these Republicans. It's time that we reorganize and get organizations in every 83 counties, all 83 counties, that we get organizations that are going to help President Trump win re-election in Michigan. We cannot rely on Laura Cox and the Republican Party. We, the people, have got to do it ourselves. We have got to make sure that the term limit of state representatives like my state rep, Tristan Cole, is done, and he doesn't handpick his Rhino endorsement establishment candidate to be his replacement. We will pick a person in the 105th, and we will get him elected. Folks, I know that I'm sounding like an alarmist. I have prayed on this. I have thought about this. I watched the election results. I predicted the election results, and nobody listened to me. I am not about to sit down and shut up heading into 2020. It's not going to happen. We, the people, have got to change it. And Saturday, December 8th at 1 o'clock at Capital City Baptist Church, 5100 West Willoughby Road in Holt, Michigan, it will begin. And you're invited, if you're listening to this show or watching this video live on Facebook, you're invited to come as my personal guest. If we don't start countering their plan, we will lose. The president will lose in 2020. Just connect the dots, folks. Their trial run, their little warm-up they did was November 6, 2018. Their little test drive, their little plan worked to perfection. They absolutely kicked our butts from top to bottom. Thank God the only saving grace was that we only lost 5 seats in the state Senate and lost 5 seats in the state House. We went from 63 down to 58 Republicans in the House, which kept Lee Chatfield as the next speaker. But guess what? It's 58-52. Folks, it only takes 56 votes to pass a bill in Lansing. In the Senate, we had a supermajority, 27-11. Now, 22 Republicans, the 16 Democrats. Folks, it only takes 20 senators to pass a bill in Lansing. They have tightened up our majority so much that all you got to do is pick off a couple of weak Rhino progressive Republicans, and Gretchen Whitmer will be able to pass any dang thing she wants. She's already got 16 yeses in the Senate. She only needs to pick off 4 rhinos. She's already got 52 in the House. She's only got to pick off 4 rhinos in the House. 4. That's it. 56 passes in the House, 20 passes in the Senate. Gretchen Whitmer signs the bill. We, the people, get screwed. Thank you, Michigan Republican Party. Thank you very much, Ron Weiser. You donate $50 million to the University of Michigan so they can name a building after you, and you can't run a campaign to defeat proposals 2 and 3? You can't help John James defeat Debbie Stabenow? You can't help Tom Leonard to defeat a lesbian married to a woman, Dana Nessel, Attorney General, who ran on the campaign, vote for me because I don't have a penis. Dana Nessel, now the Attorney General-elect, says that she'll only enforce the laws that she agrees with. Well, guess what? When there's voter fraud going on down there at Cobo Hall in Detroit, when they're counting the ballots for Wayne County, they're going to keep feeding those ballots through those machines all night long. Why do you think they don't report their final numbers until the next morning? They want to see what all the other 82 counties have come up with to know how many ballots they got to refeed through those counting machines in order to swing the entire election to the Democrats. And you think I'm kidding? Talk to Marion Sheridan. Talk to Matt Maddock, Mashawn Maddock. Talk to them and find out what they watched with their volunteers that they got to go down there. You tell them, you ask them what they saw going on, trying to happen down there. Jill Stein's presidential recount proved we got 31 known cases of voter fraud, absolutely proven that our Attorney General Bill Schuette will not prosecute. Jill Stein's recount proved it in Wayne County, Detroit. And not a dang thing happened to those 31 people that committed voter fraud. Folks, I'm going to tell you something right now. This is a war. 2020 is a civil war in America. And you guys need to wake up. Because if not, they're going to undo every single thing President Trump has done. Final thoughts, final segment of the third hour. I'm Trucker Randy. I'll be right back. Hey, Renee, how you doing? Hey, Ken, appreciate you watching. You and I got to have a conversation, brother, real soon about the 105.
I'm an addict. If football's on TV, I'm watching. And when I'm watching, there's only two things that will get me out of my recliner. And one of those...
Share this video, folks. Those of you watching on Facebook right now, share the video right now and then share it later this evening between 7 and 8 p.m. We got to get this information out to people. We need to sound the alarm. We need to blow the horn. We need to get this information out to everybody in the state of Michigan.
Hey everybody, it's Trucker Randy.
One of my sponsors.
Unit installed in our house on December 1st, 2017. In the first 3 months, we heated our home using our well water and saved almost 400 gallons of propane during one of the coldest winters ever. A 20-amp circuit breaker powers the Well Connect unit with less electricity than running a handheld blow dryer, about $55 a month. And during these last few mild days, our propane furnace hasn't even ran. So call Well Connect today at 989-356-2113. Or check out their website at wellconnectsaves.com. Even after the bank financing 100% of the cost and installation of the unit, we're saving a ton of money, and we won't need any more propane until next year. Also, ask about the rebates and federal tax credit too. Again, call them today at 989-356-2113. We love our Well Connect unit. We wish we had gotten it sooner.
Well, I'm sure by now, y'all...
Hey, Thump, if the share button's not working just yet, it's because I'm still doing the video live. When I share it on Facebook, when we go off the air at noon, it should be shareable then. But I've had other people share it while I'm doing it live, so I don't know. But if not, it'll be available at 12 noon.
Give Tom a call today at 231-838-5571. Come see the gun doctor.
Would you like to lose weight, lower your blood pressure and cholesterol, all reducing the...
Got another commercial here, and then we'll be back. Final segment. Appreciate you guys being part of the show today.
Increase your self-esteem. That 8 Weeks to Wellness is right for you. Hi, my name is Dr. Kyle Denham at Breath of Life Chiropractic Wellness Center in Petoskey, and you can join me every Tuesday morning at 9:15 on the Trucker Randy Show so you can learn more about this revolutionary program. 8 Weeks to Wellness is a comprehensive program that starts with a complete health and wellness assessment, in-depth blood workup, body composition analysis, and wellness education. That all gives us your wellness score. We then tailor a program to fit your needs and goals that includes personalized diet plan and nutritional coaching, chiropractic adjustments, personal fitness training, massage therapy, and stress management instruction. And best of all, it's in one convenient location. If you're interested, listen to the show or call 231-622-8828. Again, 231-622-8828, or go to breatholifechiropractic.net.
Hey, Paul, how you doing there in downtown Falmouth, brother? All right, final segment. Here we go. Hopefully my voice can last. Hey, everybody, welcome back into the show. You're listening to Your Defending Fathers here on the Patriot Voice Radio Network. We're streaming live on the website, yourdefendingfathers.com. Also on your cell phone via the TuneIn app. Download TuneIn, capital T, capital I, one word. After you download the app, then search for, open it, and then search for WYPV. We're Your Patriot Voice. Talking about the 2020 election, talking about the lame duck session going on in Lansing right now, ramming bills through. Pat Kobeck has organized a major conference this coming Tuesday, December 4th, on the health risks and concerns over the 5G transmitter bills this coming Tuesday, December 4th in Lansing. Speaker of the House, Tom Leonard, was fully aware of it. He knew it was coming. He knew it was happening. So what did they do? They rammed Senate Bills 637 and 894 through committee yesterday, rammed them through first, second, and third reading in the floor of the House, and voted on them. Over 70 state representatives on both bills voted in favor of going ahead and allowing the telecom companies to install these 5G transmitters all over Michigan. No local controls by any county commissioners, no oversight, no dictating of what the fees could be to use the easements, no oversight in the installation of these transmitters that has been proven with health scientists and doctors testifying at these public hearings that these 5G transmitters put out radio frequencies that cause health problems, cancers, tendinitis, ringing in the ears, affect people who have pacemakers, affects blood pressure, causes headaches, insomnia. They had all this testimony at these public hearings, and guess what? The legislators didn't give a dang. Why? Because they took money from the telecom companies. Folks, do you know they've got language in there that holds harmless the telecom companies to the cost of your health care that you may incur in the future as a result of exposure to these type of radiation frequencies? AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, Mobile, T-Mobile, all these companies that use these transmitters cannot be sued for your health care costs if you end up getting cancer from these transmitters. Well, I got a simple question. If these transmitters don't cause these health issues, then why did you guys hold them harmless in the legislation, where people can't go after the telecom companies for their doctor bills? Why'd you do it? Doesn't cause any cancer, doesn't cause any headaches or insomnia, so why hold them harmless? Can somebody explain that to me? But no, they rammed it through anyway. Oh, in the name of autonomous automobiles, we need to do this. In rural areas of the northern Michigan and up in the UP, we need internet. Guess what? 5G transmitters have nothing to do with bandwidth. Has nothing to do with your internet. Has nothing to do with autonomous cars. They communicate with satellites. They were sold a load of crap and they rammed the legislation through. Again, they don't care about us, the people. It is an agenda, folks. The Democrats had an agenda starting Wednesday, November 9, 2016, the morning after the election when President Trump won. They painted a target on the back of the state of Michigan. They absolutely influenced our elections. People from California, Eric Holder, Obama's former attorney general, billionaires, Stephen Ross, Tom Steyer. Who do you think put that crap on our ballot? Proposals 2 and 3. Who do you think paid those signature gatherers to put it on the ballot? Who do you think ran those TV ads? Who do you think came up with those cute 3-word names for their ballot proposals? Voters, not politicians. Proposal 2. Promote the vote. Proposal 3. Legalize marijuana, all of it. Registering college kids in record numbers to get out and vote. They paid for that, and they won. And if that was not an alarm to wake you to hell up, I don't know what else I can do but to bang you over the head with it, to point it out, to connect the dots, to make sure you understand what's at stake going into 2020. Folks, we need a new direction. We need a new game plan. What we're doing ain't working. Saturday, December 8th, 1 o'clock, Holt, Michigan, after the Michigan Republican Party State Committee, Capital City Baptist Church, 5100 West Willoughby Road in Holt, Michigan. Share this video. We got to get the word out. 3 hours of the most informative time you'll ever spend in your life. Well, that's it for today's show. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. So that's it for the network broadcast. I muted the mic. Appreciate you guys watching.
Thanks for listening to Your Defending Fathers.
We'll be able to hopefully get this shared out there. Again, share it now after I launch it, publish it, and share it again tonight from 7 to 8. Greatly appreciate if you guys would do that. God bless you. Appreciate you watching and listening. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.